Bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
Highway?
Cowboys blood.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the projection of how many wins Coach Brian Schottenheimer is going to have in year one. Okay, but before we get into that, we got a couple of live breaks we're going to do here. I got a redemption here, and we got to go into cap mode. So I do have a cap here that I ordered from the Cowboys Pro Shop. So let's break this guy out, and let's get in the cap mode, man. All right, so we're going to cut this box open. Do the reveal here. All right, getting this shit open. And here we go. Here's the reveal. Beautiful. I love the throwback. This is the navy one. I do have a white one, but this one takes it to another level. This is the New Era 970. This is one of their new cap styles that they have. And this one's the snap back. Okay, this is the snap back. So let me get some of these stickers out of here, man. I don't really like to keep these ones on top of the bill. You know, on the ones underneath, I don't care much, but on top, you know, you can't be having these. All right, so here we go. Got them. Cap mode time, bro. Here we go. Boom. All right. Cap mode time, suckers. So like I said, we're going to we'll break this one here at the end of the video. This is a card redemption from Panini. All right, we'll see what card I got out of this. But anyway, what will the record be for Coach Schottenheimer on the Frisco report with Mike at Cowboys Corner? I predicted the Cowboys. You know, we broke down the schedule, right? And I had the Cowboys going 8-9. You know, I think Mike had them going 12 wins or something like that. But let's look at the historical data on this. Okay, take a look at this. Right, so this is going 25 seasons back, 25 years. First year head coaches. You know, what is the average? What is the median? You know, some first year head coaches, you know, as you can see here, had a good record. Some first year head coaches had a terrible record. And it kind of does depend on what are they walking into, right? And you break this down, and over the last 25 seasons, first year head coach hovers around 7 wins a season. So you break that down into this new 17-week schedule, and you're looking at about a 7-10 season, possibly. That's probably your opening line, your opening record for Brian Schottenheimer. All right. Now, the data, historical data, breaks it down a little bit further and says that historically as well, the offensive-minded first-year head coaches do a +2, a little bit better. So that bumps up to about 9 wins a season for a first-year head coach. So that would put the Cowboys, you know, at 9-8 or 10-7, somewhere around that area, right? So what do you guys think? You know, I'm interested in what you think. Is Brian Schottenheimer coming into a loaded roster, or is it a roster that has weaknesses, has holes in it? You know, not as good as people think it is, or is he walking into a complete disaster? For me, I don't think he's walking into a complete disaster. I'm more kind of in the middle. You know, this is a roster that has a mix of everything. You know, you have some depth issues, you have some quality issues as far as like talent. You know what I mean? They have missed on several picks over the last couple seasons, and that's starting to come together and really kind of bite them in the butt here as far as missing and rolling the dice on some players, misevaluations on some players. It's all kind of coming to a head, and I think that's kind of what really got McCarthy there in his final season. So another interesting thing here about Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys gave him a 4-year deal. All right, they didn't give him a 5-year deal like they normally do. So that's a bit interesting as well. And I think from the Cowboys standpoint, they're looking at this as as far as like, we don't want to invest too much in this. This is a risk. This is a first-time head coach. He's never been a head coach, but he does have a lot of experience, right? So they're rolling the dice on him being, somebody that they can say that they discovered. Cowboys love, doing this. Oh, home raised, homegrown, and this sort of thing. We had him on the staff for a couple seasons, and then we elevated him. Cowboys love doing that kind of stuff. And a 4-year deal kind of, acknowledges that. It's like, we like him, but we don't love him. You know what I mean? That could all change here in year 1, year 2. But if you're talking about like a player's coach, versus a disciplinarian coach, the league is also 50-50 on that. If you look at in the last 25 seasons, as far as like your head coaches that won the Super Bowl, 13 or so have been, a player's coach. The rest have been disciplinarians. So it's close to 50-50. So you can kind of throw it out the window. But for the Cowboys, if they're looking at a player's coach, you get year 1, you expect year 2 to be an improvement, and you expect year 3 to probably be the peak, as far as like what a player's coach is going to do here in Dallas. Dallas won't keep this coach too long. They won't do what they did with Garrett. So the 4-year deal, if they don't have something, a championship banner in year 3, they'll move on. So, but for me, year 1, I'm sticking with my initial analysis of the schedule. And that's 8 wins for me. You know what I mean? I'm hoping for the best, but I'm not buying the Kool-Aid, man. I think, this whole culture change thing, it's not culture, it's subculture. That's the biggest mistake here fans are falling in love with. This is a subculture. The culture up here is what needs to change. And the culture up here is your front office, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Will McClay. So this culture that is here is what's controlling what the success is of the team. This subculture, what Schottenheimer's trying to change, has a ceiling. And whatever this culture is here that this front office has bumbled ever since Jimmy Johnson has left, it can only go so high. So it is culture, but it's subculture. It is a subculture of the real culture, which is the front office. So I love I like what he's doing, man, but you still have the elephant in the room, and it is the culture of the team, the organization, the big behemoth, the culture. What Schottenheimer is doing is subculture. Okay, so remember that when the season gets here, we go in a little bit of a skid. Maybe we go on a winning streak. Can they handle winning? It's all inclusive. You know what I mean? But guys, how many wins do you think Schottenheimer's going to have in year 1? Let me know in the comments, and let's go ahead and break open this redemption package here and see what we got. All right, so let's open this bad boy up. Actually got this in relatively good time. So we got the box open here. All right. Let's see what we got, man. Okay, and within the box is another envelope. So let's cut that open. All right. All right, let's do the reveal here, bro. Let's do the reveal. I'm gonna let you guys see what we got here. Who do we get? And the winner is... This is terrible, bro. Tyrone Tracy, dude. This is the redemption? Dude, I think they honestly sent me the wrong card, man. I'm about to go back and check. This shit sucks, dude. Come on, man. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. How many wins is Brian Schottenheimer gonna get? Peace out, everybody.
Yeah, old school, baby.